Live your Dharma or live a lie. Let that sink in for a moment. Every single day, you're either aligning with your true purpose or drifting further away from it. Sounds dramatic, doesn't it? But think about it. How many times have you felt stuck, unfulfilled, or like something's just off? It's not because life is unfair or the universe has it out for you. It's because you're ignoring what truly matters, your Dharma. Here's the hard truth. Most people are so busy chasing what society says they should want, money, success, comfort, that they forget to ask themselves, what's my purpose? And when you don't know your purpose, every decision feels like a shot in the dark. That's not living, that's surviving. But it doesn't have to be this way. The ancient wisdom of Dharma and the four objectives of life, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, offers a roadmap to not just survive but thrive. Imagine waking up every morning with clarity, knowing exactly where your energy should go. Imagine living a life where your actions create harmony, not conflict. That's the power of understanding these principles. And the best part, it's not some unreachable, mystical ideal. It's practical. You can start today. In this video, we're breaking down each of these pillars into actionable lessons. By the end, you'll have a clear path to align your life with your values and unlock the balance you've been searching for. So before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Trust me, you don't want to miss this journey. Ready? Let's get started. Lesson 1. Live with purpose and integrity. Picture this. Every decision you make is like tossing a stone into a still pond. The ripples spread far beyond the point of impact, touching places you might never see. Now, ask yourself, are your actions sending out waves of harmony or chaos? That's the essence of Dharma, living in alignment with your values and purpose, creating a positive ripple effect not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. But what does it really mean to live with purpose and integrity? It means knowing what you stand for, what truly matters to you, and acting in a way that reflects those values, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Integrity might not always be the easiest choice, but here's the catch. It's always the one you won't regret. Let's make this real. Say you're offered a shortcut to make some quick money, but deep down, you know it feels wrong. Sure, taking it might seem like the easy path, but living with Dharma means stepping back and asking yourself, will I be proud of this choice a year from now? That one question can completely shift your perspective and your actions. Here's another scenario. You promised a friend you'd help them out with a project, but then something more exciting pops up on the same day. Tempting, right? But living with integrity means keeping your word, even when it's inconvenient. Not only does this strengthen your relationships, but it also boosts your own self-respect. Trustworthiness is a currency that never loses value. And here's the thing. Living with purpose doesn't have to mean making huge, life-altering changes. It can start small. Take 5 minutes each day to reflect on what truly matters to you. Saying no to commitments that drain your energy. Be honest with yourself about what you really want. Each small decision builds a foundation for something greater. Now here's the magic. When you start living in alignment with your purpose, the world notices. Opportunities show up where you least expect them. And you'll find a sense of inner peace that no amount of money or recognition could ever buy. That's the power of Dharma. But this is just the start. Living with purpose is one thing. Balancing it with the demands of life is another story. And that's where the next pillar comes into play. Lesson 2. Pursue prosperity with purpose. Artha. Let's be real, money matters. It's what keeps the lights on, puts food on the table, and opens doors to opportunities. But here's the twist. Money alone won't make your life meaningful. That's where the concept of Artha comes in. It's not just about earning wealth. It's about earning it in a way that aligns with your purpose and values. Wealth with integrity, that's the goal. Think about it. How many people do you know who are stuck in jobs they hate, chasing a paycheck? They might have financial stability, but are they truly fulfilled? Living according to Dharma means asking yourself, am I working just to make ends meet, or am I creating something meaningful with my efforts? Here's a practical example. Imagine you're running a business. Sure, profits are important, but how are you making them? Are you cutting corners, exploiting others, or selling something you don't believe in? Or are you creating value, something that genuinely improves the lives of your customers? Choosing the latter might take more time and effort, but the rewards go far beyond money. And it's not just about work. How you use your money matters too. Think about this. Are you spending on things that align with your values? For instance, instead of splurging on the latest gadget, could you invest in experiences that enrich your life, like a course that boosts your skills or a trip that broadens your perspective? Here's a tip. Next time you're making a financial decision, ask yourself, is this helping me grow? Is this bringing me closer to the life I want? If the answer is no, it might be time to rethink your priorities. The beauty of Artha is that it doesn't separate prosperity from purpose. The two can and should go hand in hand. When you pursue wealth in a way that serves both yourself and the world around you, you're not just earning a living, you're creating a legacy. But wait, wealth isn't the only thing we're here for. After all, what good is financial success if you're not enjoying the ride? That brings us to the next pillar. Lesson 3. Balance pleasure with self-awareness. Come on. Let's talk about pleasure. Yep, you heard me. Life isn't just about working hard or fulfilling obligations. It's also about enjoying yourself. But here's the thing. Pleasure without purpose can quickly turn into chaos. That's where karma comes in. It's all about embracing life's joys while staying grounded in self-awareness. Think about it like this. There's nothing wrong with savoring your favorite dessert, binge-watching a great show, or spending a lazy Sunday in bed. But what happens when those things start taking over? When one slice of cake turns into a whole box, or when a weekend of rest becomes weeks of procrastination? That's the line between healthy pleasure and indulgence that leads to regret. Here's a practical way to approach this. Let pleasure be intentional. Love food? Great. Try cooking a meal from scratch and savor every bite. Enjoy gaming? Awesome, but set a timer so it doesn't take over your day. Even in relationships, karma teaches us to cherish connection without losing ourselves in dependency. Now let's address the elephant in the room, guilt. How often do you feel guilty about doing something enjoyable, as if you're not allowed to relax? The truth is, pleasure isn't the problem. Mindless pleasure is. When you approach it with self-awareness, it becomes a source of energy, not a drain. One strategy: practice gratitude for your joys. The next time you're enjoying something, pause and think, I'm thankful for this moment. This simple habit transforms indulgence into appreciation and helps you stay present. And here's the best part. When you balance pleasure with awareness, it actually becomes more fulfilling. You're no longer chasing highs that fade, but building moments that matter. That's the power of karma, not just pleasure for the sake of it, but pleasure that adds value to your life. But there's one more thing to consider. What happens when the pursuit of joy turns into an attachment you can't shake? Well, that's where the next lesson steps in. Lesson 4. Free yourself from attachments. Moksha. Let's face it, we all hold on to things we don't need, whether it's old habits, toxic relationships, or even outdated ideas about who we are. Moksha, the final pillar of Dharma, is all about freedom. Not just any freedom, but the kind that comes when you let go of the attachments weighing you down. Think about it. How much energy do you spend worrying about things you can't control? Maybe it's that promotion you didn't get, the friend who let you down, or the perfect version of yourself you think you need to be. Attachments like these don't just drain your energy. They trap you in a cycle of frustration and regret. Here's an exercise. Take 5 minutes to write down one thing you're holding on to that no longer serves you. It could be a grudge, a fear, or even a material possession. Now ask yourself, what would my life look like without this? Chances are the answer will feel lighter. Moksha doesn't mean giving up everything and running off to a mountain retreat unless that's your dream. It's about releasing the grip of things that control you. Maybe it's learning to forgive someone who wronged you, not for their sake, but for your peace. Or maybe it's stepping away from a job that pays well, but makes you miserable. One of the best ways to practice this is through mindfulness. When you catch yourself clinging to an idea or outcome, pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I'm more than this moment. This doesn't define me. Slowly, you'll find it easier to let go. Here's the irony. The more you let go, the more you gain. You gain clarity, peace, and the freedom to focus on what truly matters. That's the beauty of moksha. It's not about losing, it's about choosing. But here's a question. How do you let go and still stay grounded in the responsibilities of life? That's where it all comes full circle, and the answer lies in balancing everything we've learned so far. Lesson 5. Integrate the 4 objectives for a balanced life. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you juggle it all? Living with purpose, Dharma, pursuing prosperity, Artha, enjoying life's pleasures, Kama, and freeing yourself from attachments, Moksha? It might sound like a lot, but here's the secret. They're not competing goals. They're pieces of a puzzle that fit together to create a life of harmony. Think of it this way. Life is like walking a tightrope. Too much focus on one side, and you'll lose your balance. For instance, chasing wealth, Artha, at the expense of your ethics, Dharma, will leave you empty. On the other hand, indulging in pleasures, Kama, without purpose can make life feel shallow. Balance is key. Here's a practical way to start integrating these pillars. Take a moment to reflect on each one. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? Dharma. Am I earning and spending money in a way that serves my purpose? Artha. Am I enjoying life's pleasures without losing control? Kama. Am I holding on to anything that's keeping me from growing? Moksha. The answers will reveal where you might be out of sync. And once you know that, you can make small adjustments. For example, if you've been overworking, try scheduling time for a hobby you love. If you've been indulging too much, consider setting limits that help you regain focus. What's incredible is how these pillars support each other when they're in balance. Living with integrity, Dharma, helps you make ethical choices about wealth, Artha. Enjoying pleasures, Kama, mindfully keeps you grounded, while letting go of unnecessary attachments, Moksha, gives you the clarity to pursue your purpose. It's all connected. But here's the thing, balance isn't something you achieve once and forget. It's an ongoing practice. Life will throw you curveballs and priorities will shift. The beauty of Dharma and the 4 objectives is that they're flexible. They evolve with you. And that leads us to the next step, understanding how to apply all of this knowledge in your daily life. Because what's the point of wisdom if you're not using it? Now that you've explored the 4 objectives of life, let me ask you something. What's holding you back? Are you living your Dharma, or are you stuck in a cycle of chasing, clinging, and compromising? The truth is, knowing this wisdom means nothing if you don't act on it. Start small. Take one lesson from today's video and apply it this week. Maybe it's aligning your actions with your values, or spending intentionally, or simply letting go of something that's been weighing you down. The question isn't whether you can, it's whether you will. And here's the challenge. Are you ready to take control of your life? Because if you are, it starts right here, right now. The principles of Dharma aren't just ancient philosophy. They're the blueprint for a meaningful life. And applying them, that's your choice. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. There's so much more to learn and explore, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Oh, and one more thing. If you're serious about diving deeper into this journey, you need to read the Bhagavad Gita. It's a treasure trove of wisdom, and you can grab a super affordable copy on Amazon. The link is pinned in the first comment. Trust me, it's worth it. Thank you for watching, and if you're ready to keep growing, click the card on the screen for the next video. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just getting started.